Welcome, welcome, welcome to For Example. I would say you guys just don't understand what I've been going through over these past few weeks trying to get this assembled. Thank God these brothers were patient with me, especially my little brother, who I know was probably cursing me out the whole time after the fourth or fifth time of failing. But I would also say thank you, CP, thank you, Hines, for joining and really talking about this discussion that needs to be talked about. Something that's really, really, I think a lot of ladies need to hear. And just understand that there's going to be, once I post this, there's going to be a lot of people listening and going to have comments on everything that we talk about. But before we get started, I just want to say, let's bow our heads to say a quick prayer. Lord, thank you for just allowing us to get on and speak our mind. Thank you for allowing us to see another day. And thank you for allowing us just to be the person that we are. It's only through you that we are who we are today. It's only through you that we are or will be the person that we're going to be in the near future. Please continue to bless us and please continue to allow us to be humble and to be a humble servant for you. In your name we pray, amen. All right, fellas, let's just say this. I normally start with a quick icebreaker, but due to the circumstances, due to everything that's going on, we're going to get into this because it's needed. So as you well know, in May, we had a discussion with ladies. And I know everybody on this panel has had their own little personal discussions, whether it's with different brothers or with different ladies. And there's always been big questions that I asked them. They gave some answers. Now it's time for us to express what we are talking about. My name is Daryl Yates. I am the creator and founder of For Example. It's a monthly show, but these last couple of months, everything has been all over the place. But at the same time, it's much needed. It's not much needed discussion, and sponsored by Hendo Health and Wellness. As you can see, my shirt, you can't really see it, but we'll get into that later on. You see that now?
Oh, really?
But we'll get into all of that a little bit later on. But here's
if we all had one, it'd been easier to show if we all had one.
Okay, but that we'll work on that one. But I caught that little dig though, but we're gonna get into that. So let's do a quick introduction. And let's start with you, Mr. Hines.
Hi, I'm Roland T. Hines, 58 and a half years old, born and raised in Shreveport, Memphis, Tennessee. Been in St. Louis now 21 years. Been married 37 and a half years, have 2 kids, 35 and 27, and 8 grandkids rated from 17 to 1.
Cool.
Want me to go? I'll go.
Yes.
Cecil Parker, born in St. Louis, raised through Memphis and Mississippi. Been married twice, 2 divorces. Yes, woohoo! Third one gonna be a charm, and I'm through after 3. Third marriage is gonna be it.
I hear you.
I pray, but I got a daughter who just graduated Tennessee State. So
all right.
Yeah. So my pockets are kind of empty, but I'm rebuilding. Little bro, your turn.
All right. I'm Sean Yates, born and raised in Harrison, Kentucky. I just met Daryl a few years ago. I now live in Indianapolis, Indiana. 2 wonderful boys. And that's all I'm going to give y'all.
Okay. Yeah, well, as you know, I am Daryl Yates. Like I said earlier, I'm the founder and host of this For Example show. And again, it comes on the 13th in honor of my mother, who was born on the 13th and transitioned on the 13th. And For Example basically means is dealing, hey, I see you, brother. is dealing with my father as well, who always loved to say, for example, and then give you a reasoning, a life lesson after he says, for example. So with all that being said, let's get into it. What is dating? There are a lot of definitions right now that are out there. I don't necessarily know, and I genuinely ask the young ladies, or I ask ladies all the time, what is dating? So you tell me your definition of dating. Whoever wants to jump in.
Dating.
Wow.
I go first. I go first. Look, since I'm the single one up here, I go first. Dating is when if you ask someone to go out with you on a date, that means that when you get to the date, wherever it may be, you are the one who is paying for the date, if it's a date. Unless it's a Dutch date. Now, if it's a Dutch date, everybody on their own. But again, it's a factor of one way or another on a date, whoever initiates it, either, in my opinion, pays for it or provides transportation. That's just being who I am. But dating is just doing that, just going out, hanging out, having a good time, and whatever happens, happens. If don't nothing happen, we'll see next time if we date again.
I agree with most of that. Yeah, you do. If you ask someone out, you should pay for it. You should take them there, entertain, get to know a person, sit down, talk about the likes and dislikes, your do's and your don'ts. And it's just fill each other out, and then go back home, be a gentleman, walk to the door, and then say good night. If you exchange whatever, that's fine. If not, set a future date.
I agree. If you take out somebody on a date, ask them. The main part about is getting to know them and see if y'all mesh well. But you ask them out on a date, pick them up, pay for it, talk, stay off the phone, and mostly it's no.
So what about the people who say that dating doesn't require all that? Sometimes I've learned that a lot of people have said they went on dates, but they actually did not. They just went and had sex and continued on. So is that still considered dating?
No, that ain't dating. That's getting you free.
That's not dating. That's like a hotel.
I mean, but now, you guys laugh, but the reality is that that happened. Go ahead, Mr. Hines.
Yeah, well, my daughter said that. She says now, if a guy calls when to go out on a date, it is not only presumed, it is also told that if I take you out and feed you, we got to have sex. If not, it's gonna be Dutch. I mean, this says to the point. It's not about getting to know you. It's about, hey, we're going out tonight. That's McDonald's. We hit the sheets. Call it a night.
That's the new wave thing, I guess. Cause that back in the day, that don't fly. But I guess,
no.
I guess, but again, we talking about now to where everybody is so upfront on look here, we're grown. So are we going out or are we gonna just get busy? And that's not a date. To me, that's not a date. That's just getting freaky. That's all it is. It's just, hey.
Okay. What call? Go ahead, Sean.
That's what that is. That's just like you said, some people are up front. Just, hey, this is what this is. This is what it want. I mean, both agree, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's it. Now they
gotta
both agree on it, but that's a ooh-wee. That's one of the things. Now something like that make it hard thinking about relationship wise, because you like, if you called me and said that, how many other cats you done called and said that too?
Well, okay, but let me ask you this. If a young lady calls you and says she's hungry and said, let's go out to eat, who's paying?
If we're in a relationship, I am.
It depends on, are we still dating or have we been dating And it's
So we haven't, but the problem is we haven't clarified what dating really is, though. Because
I was about to get to that. Hold on. Is this after blue cone? Like, I ain't talking about too much and I'm hungry.
You tell me.
If that, you might get hung up on.
Yeah, well, but you tell me. Because again, it happens. Nothing I'm saying. And here's the thing: all these questions I have asked or will ask is something that I have experienced.
Oh, okay.
And so it's nothing that I'm saying that's out of the ordinary or just something I'm just reaching for the stars. Because again, what is dating nowadays? Because if you go and meet somebody at wherever, and within a few minutes, y'all go and start talking, and the next thing you know, you guys are hanging out. And then they looking at you like, okay, are we going to go out to eat or what we going to do? And just say you don't do anything that first night. But by that next day, either one or two things are going to happen. Either you taking them out to eat, or maybe something else might be happening or leading up to it. So again, what is date and what is the time frame? What's the time limit?
A time limit, it depends. Like I say again, if we talking about hanging out, going out, like the way you just expressed that one, it was intended for more than something else the next day.
For who? For the male or the female?
Either one. I mean, it depends on who initiated the first piece. If you start off speaking to her and hanging with her, and then y'all start go off and say, hey, I'll call you tomorrow. Okay, fine. Tomorrow's like, all right, do we go out? I'm coming to see you, you come to see me, or what we gonna do? That determines whether it's a date or not, in my book. But again, it's a fact of if she say, hey, look here, I ain't done it in a minute, and I think I want to give you some of this. What you think? Now it's on you to say, yeah, all right, I'm good with you. Or you say, I don't know if I like the way you said that, baby, because now my thoughts are running on who else
Am I being set up? Am I going to be robbed?
Right. See,
but again, that's not a joke. Because for real, there are situations like that has happened or been approached like, hey, you want to come on to the crib? I immediately started thinking like, okay, am I being set up? Like, what the hell is going on? But then they start looking at you like, hold on.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Because like I said in the last meeting, I was telling them, and they looking at me like halfway crazy, where a young lady came up to me, she's like, are you married? No, she's like, are you dating? Are you with somebody? I was like, no. She's like, are you married? I was like, no. She's like, are you gay? And I had to pause because she was going to get the business. And I'm like, how is it that you limit me to 3 different categories? You didn't ask like, hey, what's going on? You just basically told me if I wasn't being a dog, which I'm so sick of that damn label, or married, then I'm gay. To me, that is absolutely wrong. And I'm so sick of hearing how much of a dog men are nowadays when that's not the case. There's a lot of, I'll give you an example. There's somebody on this panel been married for years. And I told him just the other day, I envy that. To see this young man still go out on dates, to still talk to his wife who I met in glowing terms.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, wow. To see that brother just happy where he coming into work, almost sickening sometimes. Like I'm gonna throw a book at him. But I ain't gonna say his name. I'm not gonna mention, Mr. Hines' name or anything. But it's like I want to throw a book at his ass. Like, man, you don't go sit your Bojangles ass down somewhere. But you got to envy that. Yeah. To see a brother after, is it almost 30 years, 30 plus years?
36 years, yeah.
36 years. Come on, man. That within itself is like major kudos. But I also say too, you stay married because this world out here is not. No, you'll be broke. You'll be broke. Okay, so let me ask this one. And I need honest answers. What is a deal breaker for you when you meet a young lady?
Oh,
Don't start scratching. Don't lean back.
Nowadays,
Are you saying now or back then?
Don't matter. Whatever you want to put category in. Go ahead, Mr. Hines.
I mean, you won't.
Right.
Well,
That's what I'm about
we're
to
gonna
say.
get to that, bro. We're gonna get to that. Go ahead, Mr. Hines. Hold on. We're gonna go with Mr. Hines first.
I would say, I know it's an old term, being too easy to get. I don't think that you should have relations right off the bat. You should get to know somebody, learn them, let them learn you, understand your values and their values, and build those values together before you start to actually, do things like that. Because once that happens, you become a part of that person, the person become a part of you. So to me, that's what I would say.
You see why I want to throw a book at him sometime when he come in? I'm with you. All jokes aside, no, that's the way it should be.
I'll go ahead and sign off then.
That's the way it should be. So who wants to jump in?
Well, I'll go next. Like I said, that's why I was asking, because through the times, deal breakers have changed for me.
Right.
Back in the day when you first started off, a deal breaker was she got a child. That could be a deal breaker because you don't know who the daddy is or how the daddy deal. So I ain't got time until you get a certain age. Then it moved up to where it could be the fact that she got grown kids who want to be children. So you sick like, hey baby, can I get some of your time? Like I do this and this for the kids, and then so that could be a breaker. Then nowadays, it's the fact of a deal breaker could be somebody who thinks that I'm an ATM or a babysitter or mechanic or Mr. Fix It at the house, and you just met me 2 days ago. So it's a weird thing for men, but then again, it's so funny because like we talked about a while back before, as far as fellas go, we accept women at any pace in any place, but for us, you got to have good credit, great job, you got to have. I mean, so
you didn't hit the nail on the head on that one.
A deal breaker for us is different than I mean in different stages. Right now, like I said, right now my deal breaker is if I got to be or seem to be the center of attention with your grandkids, your kids, your parents, your sisters. It's like, okay, no, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And if you can't break away from doing stuff with them constantly all the time, then yeah, I think we're gonna just be friends. Nice meeting you. Gotta go.
Yep, little bro.
But yeah, but to piggyback on what Sean was saying, he was saying, yeah, that makes you feel funny when you are looked at as the bill payer and provider. And yeah, that makes again, you just met me, but I gotta pay your bills to spend some time with you.
Yeah,
right.
But I've also had a young lady. I drove out of my way to go see a young lady. And she came out. I went to go see her at work. This was a while back. She comes out and she immediately started telling me, oh, yeah, this is my car right here, and the tires are bald on this one. I got a knot over here on that one. And yeah, I need to go get three tires. So I may as well get all 4 of them. And I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, it's going to cost me this. And I'm sitting there like, and you explaining all this to me for what? Because if you think I'm just gonna come out of pocket and start paying bills, like bro said, I said, dude, that's ridiculous. But here's the thing: there are a lot of folks that will go to lunch and be happy with going to lunch, and before you know it, you just spend a couple of $1,000s within a year just on going to lunch. And and it's like, okay, like again, I don't mind paying for lunch. Don't get me wrong, as long as it's not being taken for granted. Because again, the one thing that happens too is that as soon as you say no, you get the label of you cheat. You don't want to spend no money. You don't want to do
broke.
this. So how I get a label not spending no money? And you call me cheap, but if I call your ass a gold digger, then you're all up in your feelings.
Yeah, oh brother. Yeah, that's a whole different ball. Again, that goes back to the double standards. Cause like I said, I could be the best janitor in the world, look good, got all this stuff, but you see me as a janitor. She said, I don't deal with janitor.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But you a janitor. Oh, hey, I don't talk to janitor. Oh, you got something against me? I got a job.
Yeah.
Who do you think
bro.
you are?
Right.
Yeah, you sound a lot better, Sean. Go ahead with your thoughts. What do you think?
About deal breakers?
That too. Yeah, all of that.
Now, go ahead.
Oh shoot. Just women smoke and like I can't deal with cigarettes, but also just a negative attitude. Like if you come in just, hey, how you doing? I could be doing better. This girl work, did that, kids, my baby daddy ain't nothing. He did this, that, this. Hey, yeah, you got me down now. I'm an upbeat person.
Yeah.
Like I ain't trying to hear all that. And then this is a true story. I went on a date with a young lady years ago, and she was just, so well, how's your day? Well, I laid on my rent. Now I was like, okay. He said, now I got bills to pay and my kids need this. And shoot, and I was like, well, shoot, how you gonna get that paid?
Let's talk about that.
I was like, we hired. And she looked at me like, I guess you don't care. I was like, well, I just tried to help you out. I just gave you give me your name and the information.
I'll make a recommendation for you.
Yeah.
I decorate you somewhere. Wow.
I didn't hear from no more, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now, the times are definitely different. And double standards, like you was talking about earlier, man, it gets on your nerves.
Oh,
and you gotta, as a man, you gotta like swallow it and just be like, man, whatever. But you don't have to, but
okay. So here's another point. Here's another point. One of the discussions that was talked about, and a young lady commented on this, and I said, here's what amazes me is that oftentimes I hear women say, hey, I'm a traditionalist. I like to be treated like back in the day or old school. And I said, oh yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm a traditionalist. And we were just talking, no, not us trying to date her. We're just having the general grown folk talk. And I was like, well, if you're a traditionalist, that means the man is the provider. And I'm out, provider and protector. I'm out about going out, making sure you taken care of, the home is taken care of, everything at home is good. But if you, according to tradition, you at home cooking and cleaning.
Correct.
What do you mean? I'm cooking that. This ain't us at home. But you said you're tradition. And then I had the audacity to ask, do you know how to cook? I don't know. What do you mean? Don't be asking me. That's not something that defines me if I can cook. Now I said, well, hold on, wait a minute. So you want me to protect and provide, make sure the home is taken care of, all these other different things. But if I come home, just say if we are dating or we married or we engaged or you my significant other, I come home, that means I still got to cook and clean. We can always go out there. I said, baby girl, I said, see, I think that's where you messed up because you get so caught up into those labels of I'm a traditionalist. You forgot what the hell being a traditionalist really, really means. And here's the thing. Let's be clear for whoever's going to listen to this. And I know you probably in your feelings if you are listening, but you didn't listen to the full version of it. I love to cook and clean. Let's be clear. Anybody that's been in my house know this very, very well. I love to cook and clean, so that's nothing for me to do. And plus, I don't mind protecting and providing. But do not come to me with this nonsense that you're a traditionalist and you have no idea how to go about pleasing your man, and I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about all the other things and being supportive. Y'all comments.
Now that is a real, you hit two key phrases: supportive and providing for your man, taking care of your man. It's always lately it's been saying that, oh, I can give him this. It ain't about that all the time. It's about,
listen, ladies, listen.
Sometimes just being there with him to say, baby, you all right? That man, baby, you all right?
Yes.
Right.
But take you to a whole I might buy you a car because you said, baby, you all right enough times. But it's a fact of just saying, baby, you all right. That means you actually thinking about me.
You are, ladies, listen to what is being said. What we really want more than anything is just being supported. Just support us in our time. But go ahead, bro.
But I mean,
how often do females ask a man if they all right? You know, usually we hide all that emotion inside and everything. We come in after work, sit down. We might have a hard day at work. Now, the last thing we want to hear is about how so and so or what happened in one of the soap operas. We want to come home and feel. And if you're like, hey, honey, how you doing? Well, how was your day? I'm sorry that happened. Here's some, back rub or dinner, stuff like that. And that's right there. That could make my day.
Yes.
I ain't talking about every night because I don't mind cooking or going out to eat. But I mean, a simple thing is just, hey, how your day doing, or just how you feeling.
Right.
Acknowledging.
Tell the admit, I was set up twice.
Hold on, CP.
Okay,
go ahead, Mr. Hines.
Go ahead.
I said, acknowledging the fact that you are not only wanted, but you also needed. Support is something that is really gained over time. And I just today, I was sitting in my desk thinking about my wife, and I texted her, I said, hey, hon, thank you for supporting me. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
She said, okay, I appreciate it. And I don't want to go too far back, but when we started dating and got married, I made sure that I was the one who did all the bills, paid all the bills, cut all the grass, do all the outside stuff. She had to raise the kids, cook dinner, etc. Like Yates, I also cook. I'm also very clean. But Sunday through Thursday, I got a home cooked meal. And she knows that's what I expect. Out of love, not out of respect, because she has.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad.
Out of love.
Go ahead, brother. Preach.
So when it comes time to take the trash out, she better not touch that trash. That's on me, because she expects me to do that out of love, like I expected her to do it out of love. So we support each other. There's got to be a compromise. You can never have a win-win situation in a marriage or relationship, period.
Well, you just
it ain't gonna happen.
That's a mic drop on that one. That's a mic. You gonna get a brother hug tomorrow at work. That's a mic drop on that one. Because again, I don't think
you need Mr. Hines here.
Come on now, because the thing is, I really truly, I'm just so glad out of love when you said that, because a lot of women don't understand that. It's not like, prime example. Me going to opening the car door. That's what I'm supposed to do. I don't need for you to come tell me, well, that's what you should be doing. Or I got to correct a lot of women say, well, I let you be a man. I told the young ladies that, first of all, what do you know about being a man? And second of all, you don't let me do anything. My father taught me well. My grandfather taught me well. My uncles and brothers taught me well. You can't tell me anything about being a man because you have no clue. Well, my father, I said, no, your father knew how to be a man, and your father was mentored by other grown-ass men. But you as a female, you have no clue what it means to be a man, especially a black man. Let's just put that out there as well. So I tell ladies, stop thinking you're on a reality show where you think that you can tell me what I should and should not be doing, but you get all sensitive when it comes to me asking you simple things. Do you know how to cook? You about lost your mind. Go ahead, CP.
But Yates, also in this new realm we into, when you go to make that move, what you doing? I'm opening the door for you. Oh, they haven't experienced men on them kind of levels.
You sure
So
right.
it's a whole
Never.
again, that goes back to throwing brothers off on how do you approach a girl? Like say, now go back to the dating. Are we dating? Are we in a relationship? That's another
Right.
good-
Oh, you call it relationship?
Hold on, wait. I'm going.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the dating still. Even if you're doing that, it's the fact of them being open. Women now for some reason, but I see it, but now for some reason are so much on. I can do it myself. So if you go to do it, why you doing that? What? Well, I'm just trying to open the door, baby. What is? But it's where do you go?
Hey guys.
How do you be the man?
Hey guys, one quick question for you. Women always say they don't need a man. How many men say they don't need a woman?
You ain't gonna get that. Hey, not
Look,
you got me to study. Hold on, wait a minute. You got me to study.
Hold on, Mr. Hyde. What's that old saying? They got women can't live with them and can't live without them.
You damn right. You damn right. You won't. Not any brothers I know that has never came out, and that irritates me to the effing core when I hear women. Those women are the very women that bitch and complain about there ain't no good men. Now, if you don't want no man in your life, then why are you talking about him? Keep it moving. But you that's that very one that you always talking about. I don't need no man. I'm a boss. I'm doing that, and your ass miserable. Or you go and get that guy that you are comfortable with, that's not going to necessarily challenge you or allow you to say any and everything. But then you mad that he's sitting back and playing Grand Theft Auto and he's 45 years old talking about, yeah, I want to be a rapper. You mad at him because he done went through 8 jobs in 2 months and he ain't contributing to the bill.
Right.
But you allow him being at home driving your car like baby boy. He a real life baby, but you mad. But you chose that brother.
That's it.
Right.
Stop saying there ain't no
I was
good
just getting
brothers
ready
out
to
there.
say that.
Go ahead.
I was just
Go ahead,
getting ready to
Sean.
say that. I was getting ready to say, like you said about women saying ain't no good men, but I almost got into this chick. I said, well, you keep picking them.
Yep.
Period.
There you go.
What, like, you telling me there ain't no good men, all the men in this world, and you keep picking the bad ones? Come on now. That's you.
Yeah.
You got to take ownership of that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no, because this. I was like, listen, man, there's a pattern here. They ain't got no job.
Yep.
They sit home smoking all day, and obviously that's what you like. So quit complaining.
Yeah.
Or change up.
What is your standard? Go ahead.
Yeah.
What is your standard of the man you want? How high is that bar, or how low is that bar?
Yeah.
If you get your standard just to get a man, that's what you're gonna get, a man.
But I had a long conversation with a young lady, and I referenced this Chili off of TLC. This is way back when. I'm sure that she probably changed it, but then again, maybe she has. She had a list of damn near like 50 different things. Now I'm off of those numbers, but it was, now mind you, she was like, he had to be 6 foot tall. He got to make this amount of money. He had to have this job. He had to have this label. Had to have this type of hair, this complexion, this. I mean, it was like a robot.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm sitting there like, and I have to tell a young lady, and I use her as example. I said, well, baby girl, you can't expect a lawyer if you're not a lawyer. And what I meant by that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't get a lawyer, but what I'm saying is don't have this high expectation on what your guy's supposed to be, and you have no ambition. If you sit around listening to Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever, which I don't watch, that's fantasy and all this other, come on now. I mean, you got to be realistic on what you are wanting in a man. And what you are portraying and what aura are you giving out whenever you meet this man.
But
there you go. Bingo.
Yates, it's so funny listening to you say that, because think about it. When we were coming up as fellas, our whole goal was, look, I got to be able to hold a conversation. I got to be able to articulate my words. I got to look like someone, and I got to have a goal. This stage of the piece, They looking for brothers who barely can say their name, who can't dress worth nothing, who don't care about nothing but making $4 or $5 more so they can buy them another Swisher Sweet or blunt, and then keeping a job. No, nobody trying to keep no job. So it's the whole picture has changed the world. Women have become so much into I'm gonna take care. Like I say, instead of Captain Saber Ho, it's Captain Saber Bro now. She Captain Marvel. She gonna come here and I'm gonna save him. I'm gonna make him better, and he gonna do this, that, and other. And they just sit back and while brother who already set, let me help you out.
Well, and then to add on to that, and then Sean and Mr. Hines, you can jump in. I've known females, when I tell you they got doctor's degrees, 2 or 3 masters, they work at a nice firm, they doing this and that. And I'm sitting there looking like, what are you doing? What are you doing with this guy that you steadily complain with? What are you doing with this particular guy that is not? Why are you putting yourself in a situation where if the person can't enhance me, there's no need for me to even be involved. If I'm not learning something from you on a daily or every other day, well, pretty much a daily basis, then what is our purpose? What is our connection together? And I don't get, why are you so mad at the world when, just like you said, CP, you picked this dude, or Sean, you picked this dude. What are you mad at me for? Everybody's gonna bring a little something that they learned from the last relationship. I get that. But at the same time, I'm not coming to you bitter. I'm gonna tell you where I'm at, but I'm not gonna come to you bitter because of the choices that I made back in the past. Now, sometimes you get a surprise that you wouldn't expect it, but at the same time, I made that choice. I got to deal with those consequences, and then I move on from there. But don't be mad at me because I want a little bit more out of you. That doesn't mean I'm expecting you to be this person that is out of the realm of thinking, but at the same time, I got to be supported, but you got to also push me too without being condescending or destructive. You know, there is destructive criticism and then there's constructive criticism. If you can't support me, if you're always down to me, like you can't do it, then I'm out of here. Sean? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Hines.
I think you have to understand your role in a relationship. It's not about money. It's not about wealth. It's not about education. It's about the role in a relationship. I don't care if your woman is that smart, that educated. She's still a woman and a wife or fiance first. That's her first job, is to be that. Everything after that's just a bonus, and vice versa. Let the man be the man. If he's a garbage man, if he's a CEO. If that man loves you, takes care of you, and supports you, who cares about what happens outside of that realm? That's just the way I feel about it.
I agree.
That's the way to be. I mean, there are some people who come home, stink, messy, and everything like that, but come home happy, smiling.
Yep.
And you see it all the time. Celebrities out here killing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You know? And just be miserable. Man, you could be happy just by working a 9 to 5.
Well,
But
and
the
not
key
only
is,
that,
man, is having communication and having that thing to where you come home, y'all compensate off each other, love each other. That's all it is. Simple things now. Too much of this world now is more materialistic. It's just what car you taking? What kind of shoe? You got the Yeezys? Well, you a lame.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And even to piggyback on that, I've known females who went to that person, whether they were out in the streets or they were CEOs, they making all this money, they buying you, they take you on shopping trips. And I had to explain, or I told this young lady, I said, be careful, because when you start getting all this stuff and you getting all these little finer things, whatever that may be careful, because all that comes with a price. Because what happens is if you're out there with that baller, you know, majority of the time, they only have a 3 to 5 year window span of ball. After that, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. They're going to be set up where they're going to prison for a long period of time, or they're going to end up being shot, killed, maimed, and are you still going to be with them? And that person, that CEO or riding them private jets and all this, all that's well and good. But you had best believe what he did to get you, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes that person is doing the same thing to get them.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen when that money runs out?
And all of that. So I'm saying to you is that
money.
when you get all these materialistic things and then you start hyping yourself like, oh, this is what, man, that comes with a price. And here's the thing. What you have done was got with a brother who really doesn't mean you any well, or you are treated as a trophy for that particular time. And then the next thing you know, you bypass a good brother who loves your draws, who loves you for who you are. Don't love you for your labels, but absolutely care for you and love you for who you are. And without spending gobs of money, you have the happiest of times. And I think so often women take that for granted because they want these flashy things because they see their friends or they see something on TV. And that brother may not give you the flashiest stuff, but you had best believe that brother's in your corner and will be there wiping your tears whenever you crying. Whereas that other person ain't gonna do a damn thing like, here's $100 or here's a couple of $1,000, and then you just left there feeling empty. Be careful what you ask for. That grass ain't always greener, even though it might seem like that. That grass ain't always greener, and you are pushing away good brothers. I know a lot of good brothers been pushed away. That's a whole nother issue too. But I'm just saying, ladies who are listening, you got to be mindful of what you're saying or doing, because oftentimes the stuff that you say to brothers is not good. The stuff you do to brothers is not good. We have our faults, but at the same time, we don't want much. The biggest thing is being supportive. Being supported, I should say. That's the key to anything. Supporting us and being there in our time of need. That's two things. That's not asking for much. Being supportive and being there during our time of need, because majority of the men that I know are not going to reach out and ask for anything. When they do, you know it's sincere.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
When we don't get that, it's like, okay, what do you expect us to do from this point on? Because now if you can't be there in my time of need and I'm going out of my way to be there for you, then you know that bridge is slowly burning. And so with that being said, and time is going by so fast, which is a beautiful thing. We got to have you guys. I got to have you guys back again. What is? Here's my last question. I know oftentimes you hear the phrase, "Oh, she's a queen," and this is just a general question: is she a queen with a bunch of makeup, the Pikachu eyelashes, wigs, makeup, all this long fingernails or whatever? And I'm exaggerating some of the things, but I'm saying, can a woman be a queen with all those extras? And I'm not even getting into the butt injection, the breast implants and all this. I'm just saying, because you know there's a lot of them out there. Like, you go to Instagram. If you don't believe, well, you don't go to Instagram, Mr. Hines. Don't do that. No. But I said, you go to Instagram and just look.
Man, brother, that's a troublemaker for people too, because examples, I've had women who I thought they were just gorgeous, and then they say, well, I gotta add something. Whoa, why are you adding stuff to your head? Your hair is cool. Why you add? Well, you don't understand at times what goes through this. Natural is fine, baby. Curly, straight, short, long. I love them when it's natural. I didn't put no makeup on. When you start wearing makeup, well, I put it on when I go certain places. But I met and like it for you. You don't need no makeup.
Right.
I just think I need something. Okay, that's a personal choice. But for me, a queen is just who she is. I mean, from freckles to moles to skin patches. Babe, if
stretch marks, all of that.
You hear me? If you're gonna be who you are, be who you are. That I've walked across some women who was like, dude, you got too much makeup on. That are you black, brown, or red? I can't tell.
Black, brown, red. all natural is, you know, what it is. I mean, can you be a queen with all them extras? Yeah, but are you a queen trying to get attention from everywhere
Right.
else? Now, I'm not a big attention guy, but I mean, I like mine natural. I mean, I like to have my queen like natural, but also just have my back. That's all I need.
Right.
Have my back when I'm down. Pick me up and give me a boost. Hey, you tripping?
Yeah.
Come on. And
That's
that's a queen.
that's the ultimate definition of a queen. She's pure, she's honest, she has your back. No matter what, you know, she's gonna always be in your corner unless you do something wrong. But natural is always beautiful to me. I love my wife's natural beauty. I don't need makeup. That's something she wants to do. When I met her, she was covered from her neck to her to the ground. I didn't see no skin nowhere. So it wasn't like it was like, oh, look at this. It was just a beautiful person inside and out, somebody that God had told me I was going to marry one day. And I did. So natural beauty is always a good thing. And like Sean said, support, have your man's back. Sometimes we are tired and we need somebody to pick us up instead of say, what's for dinner tonight? Where are we going?
Yeah.
Amen, brothers.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen on that. Another
Hey,
mic drop.
Hey,
And I would say too.
Hey D, hold on. Can I just add on to
Yes.
what you're saying? I have a real desire for women who back to back, baby. If we got an issue in a situation, and I say back to back, and she know exactly what I'm talking about, oh,
Right.
that's my queen. Then it's like, hey, we're gonna fight the world, but I need you to get back to back, and everybody's good. Gun toting, fist throwing, like, whatever it is. But that's an extra push, and that's something I look for, because that shows that not only will she fight with me and for me, but she has a fight in her.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't never, it should never be a time we together and it's like, oh, I'm just, no, somebody gonna ask, hey, what's wrong with you?
Right.
We don't play the down stuff. Come on, we got to.
Yeah, and I agree, especially when on those times are down, hey, let's go do something where you initiate, or she initiates to get my spirits up.
Right.
And again, it shouldn't have to have me ask you for anything. It should be something where you know that something's wrong with me. That,
Right.
hey, let's go do something. Let's go get some ice cream, and then we'll work out later on, whatever that may be. But
Right.
I also go back to the whole natural thing. For me, it's nothing sexier than to have a young lady pull her hair back and go, let's get in the garden. Hey, you ain't got to cut grass, but shoot, if you out there with me trimming or acting like you trimming or something, that's it. Or you out there sweating with me, or the old pillow test where you wake up in the morning, you got a pillow and you don't see no makeup, no eyeliner, nothing sitting off on the counter. See, for me, I look at it like this, is that I'm seeing the pure you. I don't see the TV version. I need for you to go say, hey, we get up early in the morning, like, hey, let's go to First Watch. Let's go get something to eat. All right, shoot. All right, put on a t-shirt, sweatpants, flip-flops, hands a little ashy. Got you wash your face, but we out of there. Oh, let's go to the store right quick. I don't need, wait a minute, I gotta go put this on. Let me go match this. I don't want all of that, because there are gonna be times where I just need for you to just say, hey, let's get out. Let's just go to the park. Let's just go hang out. You don't have to be on 24/7. Fellas, I promise you this can go on for another 2 hours. Man, I always say I'm a student. I always say that I want to learn something. I've even learned, and again, Mr. Hines, I know I asked you this afternoon, but your information is valuable. I hope young ladies out there and even men out there listen to what you have to say, because it works on both ends. And you were God sent, because I didn't think about it today. I was like, well, let me ask this brother, because you've been married 30, 36. Not everybody can say that. Brother, and to be happy enough to be skipping down the damn hallway and singing. But all truth be told, I want to be doing, I would love to be doing that.
Man,
and can do 36 days.
Come on now. I mean, it's, dude, listen, My hat's off to you. Got much love for you. Much love for you, little bro. Much love for you, CP. All this stuff, I just want to say thank you. And I hope once I put this out and the ladies listen, that they really understand what our point of view is. We're not speaking for all men. We're speaking for us as individuals. But I know a lot of brothers who are saying, hell yeah, white and black. The biggest thing again, ladies, that we want to be supported more so than any. Quit trying to tell us how to be a man when you have no clue. Stop trying to compare us to what you see on TV that is scripted.
Right.
We don't have $1 million to go rent out like Drake did, rent out Dodger Stadium or whatever, a whole floor or a whole section to take somebody out. And I will guarantee you this, more than likely he didn't pay no money. More than likely he took some photo ops and promoting them and he got all that for free. So stop it. Hey, P. Diddy was on Oprah one time. He said, listen, he said, I spend less money now as a rich man than I did when I was a poor man. He said, because majority of restaurants I go to, they refuse to allow me pay a dime. They cop me on every single thing, every single store I go into, because I am who I am, all they want is a picture. And they get everything for free. Oprah's like, you know what? You are absolutely right. You damn right. A lot of people don't have to spend much for anything. You think Beyonce and Jay-Z really paying for courtside seats?
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
He's a part owner, actually.
Part owner, but the thing is, they're not paying. It's a photo op for a lot of these people. When you on that elite status, it's a photo op. So with that being said, last words for everybody. Whoever wants to start.
All right, cool. Mainly, thank you again for inviting me to say my little piece for the world to hear. And then also, like I said, I played for 2 former teams, for a 3rd team. So, you got open auditions or tryouts. I can play center field, shortstop, third base. My batting average, hell, I'm a 1,000 point hitter. So, but anyway, if you're interested in really knowing a man who ain't trying to be more than a man, who ain't trying to be your daddy and your ATM, Cesar Parker. Only those series apply.
I appreciate the time. Finally, after so many times, me and Big Bro try to do this. I'm sick that my internet ain't working. Next time I do this, I'll be in a McDonald's, dining room. Wi-Fi. But I hope the ladies do listen to this and it's simple. It really is. We ain't asking for the moon and stars. And hopefully we'll learn from the ladies also. So I appreciate y'all, love y'all. Yeah, hope we do it again soon.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I mean, I know I'm kind of the odd one out being married, but I still can learn and grow from relationships. I like to tell the women out there, and just remember one thing. It's not true for everybody, but the first man you love was your father. And the first woman a man loved was his mother. And if you want a really good man in your life, and your father was a good man, that's the type of man you should be seeking. Have a good day.
That opened up a whole other can. We gotta close.
Hey, Hines, I can talk to you tomorrow, man. Look, hey, we get out the offering plate. I mean, what's going on? He done dropped all dimes,
all gems. He dropped all gems.
That was the one, though, Mr. Hines. That was the one.
All he needed to do was just put his computer down and just walked it off like, wow. With that being said, brothers, again,
God is good.
Thank you. He most definitely is. And without him, I would be nothing. So as I always end with Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I live that. I preach that. I mentor that. And I do not take life for granted. We are not guaranteed to be here tomorrow morning. Again, this is not a bashing session for ladies or anything of that nature. It's just basically you get a better understanding of how we are frustrated. And we didn't even get fully into a lot of other things that we could have been on there another 2 or 3 hours without blinking an eye. But what's going to happen is the ladies that was on before, try to get everybody together. And you know, this internet is not good to me, but at the same time, I got us on tonight and it's recording. So I need to figure out how to end it. But thank you guys. Thank you. And I appreciate it. So with that being said, until next time, I will be reaching out to you guys on the next meeting where we have the ladies on, because they're going to listen.
Cool.
And I'm sure they're going to have a lot to say, but
That's fine.
we will definitely connect again. And again, you guys be safe. God bless. And I will see you soon.
All right.
Thank you again.
Brother.
All right.